People say we die twice. First, we physically die when heart stops beating, and the next, the last person that remembers us dies. In that moment, we, as a memory, disappear from this universe. Poof, completely. There will be no record of us. Nobody will remember our existence at all in 100 years, but the world will keep spinning. This realization scared the shit out of me and made my brain zoom out. I was like, what is this? What is this space? What is this universe? Why am I even like here? It made me question all these things and the point of my existence. I'm having this existential anxiety and I feel hollow and empty. And I even went down a rabbit hole where I imagined a random dude who lived all the way back in 12, 15 or something. He was a farmer in France. He was a family guy. He was helping his community. He was a good guy, but nobody today remembers his existence. Nobody knows his existence, right? And that's really sad and freaking scary because it will happen to us as well if we don't do anything to immortalize ourselves, right? But people like Jesus Christ, Elon Musk, Michael Jordan, Napoleon, Einstein, those people are off the hook. There will be, their names will always be brought up no matter how long humanity goes on, right? And that's unfair, you know? And then I thought about it. Would I be okay if nobody remember me in 100 years? And I'm kind of okay with that because I don't fucking care. I don't need to be immortalized like Jesus Christ. I don't need that. But I feel like I need to at least do something to extend my time of existence? Because if I don't do anything, I'll be gone like 10 years after I physically die, depending on how long my friends and family will live afterward, right? And I don't want it to appear that soon. I need to, at least try something to extend that, time, right? And this is a new way of thinking for me because I'd always wanted to live a quiet, peaceful, anonymous life where nobody bothers me. No attention, no connection, responsibility, no noise, no nothing. I'd be okay as long as my family loves me. But now I'm having second thoughts. I am, this awareness changed my perspective on life. I feel like I should shift my focus from how I want to live to what kind of legacy I can leave behind because I think people have responsibility to reach others, help people, inspire people using their creativity, knowledge and experience. We need to do something. Maybe that's the reason why we exist in the first place. Maybe that's the reason why we were born. That's the assignment by, God himself. He's like, okay, I give you 80 to 100 years. Try to make a mark. See how far you can go. Try to immortalize yourself, right? To extend the time of existence in this universe. We're being tested by the God. And I think I need to do it. I need to join the game. I also think a desire to be famous was really shallow, pretentious, something to be ashamed of. But if you think about it, it's actually coming from a survival instincts, right? Maybe humans, we like subconsciously know that unless we become famous, we will be gone. We will disappear from this universe. That's why we are hardwired to crave recognition. That's why many people aspire to be influencers and celebrities. It's not all about money. They're also driven by this deep-seated desire to be, recognized, important in society, in groups they belong to. It really makes sense because what makes us feel fulfilled at work, in life in general, is the sense of being valued, appreciated, and helping people, right? Without all these senses, work can be really boring and tedious, something to just get through, just going through the motions, right? Nobody wants to be a cog in the machine, in the big company, even if it's a high paying job, right? If you don't feel the sense of recognition, importance. You don't want to work there, right? You'd rather work for a small company that appreciates you, values you, right? Without these senses, we don't have a sense of fulfillment. And unfortunately, I don't get to have a sense of fulfillment at work. What I'm being valued and appreciated at work, I don't get to have a sense of like helping people, changing people's lives, you know? My company makes products that make people's lives more convenient and easier in so many ways, but I don't see them. I don't see their faces, so I don't get to have a sense of changing people's lives, helping people's lives, you know? So I'm doing YouTube to get that sense, you know? I wanna inspire people using my creativity and knowledge and my unique experience, right? It's important to me because if I don't do anything to help people, inspire people, I'll probably be regretful before I die in my deathbed, you know? In my deathbed, I'll probably look back on my life and think about what I have done. And if all I did was just working a 9 to 5, being a wage slave, you know, I won't be able to go out happily, right? So I'm trying to help people, inspire people on this channel and trying to make my mark at the same time. I wanna extend my time of existence a little bit longer. So I'm having this existential anxiety and I'm losing sense of myself now. It's crazy. Do you have the same feeling as me? It's really weird. It feels like, this is the same feeling when I discovered the size of the universe, learned about black holes and all the galaxies and how the universe is, working. It's really crazy. It makes you question what you already know, like what is this? What are these things? How does this, what is space? Like what is space made up of, How do animals move around? What is magnetic like field, gravity, like space and time? It's so crazy and it really, makes you zoom out and look at things in the big picture, right? It's a weird feeling and I'm having that sense now. So anyway, I just wanted to share my feelings with you guys. So yeah, thank you for watching. Bye.